Hey guys, Jeff from Home Renovision here today, and we are here to discuss the process for finishing off your deck. Now, I've got a cedar project here behind me, and if you've ever worked with cedar, you know it is really susceptible to a fungus. It goes gray and it gets dirty real easy. So before you can put your finish on your deck, and we're going to talk about that later in the video because I've got a great product here to make a recommendation for. You're not going to find it in the box stores, but it's time for people to up their game on the quality of their protection. We've done videos in the past where we share how to protect your deck and how to make it easier so you're not sanding and refinishing all the time, but the reality is the products that we found in the store just weren't up to the task. So we've been on the search lately. I've got a new product to explain to you, but today we're going to clean this down, and we just went to the box store, grabbed a cleaner, no big deal. There's a couple of different companies making a deck cleaner product, and they all work relatively the same. So we're going to go through the process. This one here advertises that it's a scrub-free cleaner. And then on the back, they tell you to use a scrub brush. So I'm not sure. Maybe it cleans, maybe it doesn't. This deck has been made, it's been sitting out in the sun and the weather the last couple months, so it's only been one season, so it shouldn't be that bad. We're going to apply this, we're going to go through the steps. Just a word of warning, when you buy a product like this, read the label before you leave the store. I was a typical man this morning, grabbed this and took off and didn't bother reading the label, and it needs a pump sprayer to apply it onto the wood. So in typical redneck fashion, I'm going to be painting my deck with the cleaner and using a disposable roller. Learning the hard way. We're going to see how this works because honestly, if you've got an old roller cage around and this works, then you can use that too. You don't have to go and buy new equipment. So we're just going to jump right in. I've already swept my deck off. We're going to apply the product, and it says it needs about 10 minutes or so to set up. And with a little bit of scrub brush action, we should get a little bit of a white foam going on, which is kind of evidence that it's working. We'll see how this works. Yeah, right away, just rolling this on, I'm getting the little white bubbles. Evidence that there's activity going on here. That's a good thing. I don't want to roll it out too thin. I figure it'll take about 3 minutes for me to roll the deck. And then we'll let it scrub in a little bit, and then we'll let it sit. Just to be clear, it smells like I'm just using bleach. There's definitely a huge bleach element involved here. Wow, that's a lot of bleach element. Okay guys, so just to be clear, this is very much akin to bleaching wood. Now, in the world of hardwood resurfacing, we use bleaching wood all the time. New home construction, tile guys will go in, make a mess. And the wood for hardwood finish flooring is usually unfinished on site until after the tile guys come and go. And the finishing gets done at the very end. And the reason for that is anytime there's a problem, they just go in there and they bleach the wood to clean it up the mess. Now, here I am, basically bleaching wood again. That's amazing. This is not a new idea. It's just packaged in a different way. Make sure everything you touch, you use a brush to cut it in. Kind of like painting a wall, cut and roll. And wear clothes you don't mind throwing in the garbage afterwards. And do yourself a favor, leave a little bit in the jug in case after you're all done washing it down you find you missed a spot, because it'll really scream. And you can go in, hit it, and then give it a quick wash again. Now, I'm just gonna take my brush, give it a little bit of work, make sure everything's coming out clean. Now this is just a regular deck brush. Just giving it a bit of a rub. Make sure I'm working this product in. If there's any difficult stains, I want to get them off now. I want this product ready to receive my oil. That's amazing. Dude, that is clean. That's really something. Okay, so that's the easy part, right? Actually, the whole thing is easy. These products do all the work for you. Okay, anybody can do this. Just remember, you're dealing with bleach. You might want to wear some goggles, maybe gloves. Take your time, make sure everything gets done, and when you're finished letting it sit for 10 minutes, just get out your pressure washer or a garden hose and give it a good washing. If you have plants around your deck that you're concerned about, give them a good soaking first, and then you can do this, and then when you're done, you can wash the plants thoroughly as well. And the concentration of the active chemical here isn't going to hurt your plants, so keep that in mind. All right, now everything's basically dry. I'm gonna start doing all of my handrails and work my way from the top down. Okay, that's the key. You don't wanna do the bottom and then come back a couple days later to do the rails. So we'll start with all the handrails. We're using an oil-based, this product is Osmo from Germany. I love it. I'm using it on my whole house. My 3-season room, my horizontal fence, and now the cedar deck. If you wanna know how to get a hold of this product, you just check the video description. We've got an importer who brought it in and made it available at a really good price for you guys. All right, here we go. Now, generally speaking, when you're working with oil, you start at the bottom and you lift up, okay? And just always work a few brush strokes, work that into the grain. And the reason we want to do it that way is because with latex, it'll drip going down. And if you paint with oil from the top down, you're gonna end up getting all kinds of drips, okay? You don't wanna do that. You wanna get it on the product, okay? And then pulling up constantly. And this will stretch it out and it'll work it into the wood after a few strokes, okay? There we go. You don't wanna leave excess material on the wood when you're working with this stuff, okay? Here we go. Now this particular product has got a 5-year UV rating. Because it's an oil and it soaks into the wood, it will protect your wood. And then when it's time to put more on, you just go ahead and add some more to it. You don't have to remove it, no sanding, no nothing. Now, if it goes a little bit too long, you might need to use your cleaner again, but that's the worst case scenario. You'll never have to sand your deck again if you finish with a nice oil like this. Well, thanks for joining us today. If you like the idea of the information about using an oil as your finish so it removes all of the extra work down the road, then give this video a thumbs up. All right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to see some of the other projects that we're working on outside this house, make sure you click the link up over here. All right, we're gonna be building a playlist of all of the outdoor projects. The siding, the fencing, the fire table, the deck, the 3-season room, the patio, it's all coming at you. Woo! Wow, you can tell it's getting late in the year.